Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Mizzle. You watch my channel Mizzle 14, and now back doing a review of Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 9, Three Little Words. This review gonna be a little bit different. It's not gonna be so much of a couple by couple, but mostly some of the themes that was brought out and some of the things that caught my eye, and I want to talk about it, and then probably give some examples of the episode. But while we're at it, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and also share my videos. Get my name out there, and also if you subscribe, please hit that notification bell and hit all so you'll be notified for all my new videos. I do reviews, and I do upload videos on a consistent basis, on a weekly basis. So jump right into it. Sometimes multiple videos in 1 week. So alright, so physical attraction. The physicality of a person and how are you attracted to that person. And it's like, that's like the first step to me. It's like, yes, you want to learn the body, you want to learn the mind, you want to learn the emotional, you want to learn the soul of the person. But the physicality is what you got to make you attractive. Like, you going to want to be near to that person. You going to want to be loving and hugging and kissing and touching and sexually, all that stuff like that. That will make you want to make the fire burn for years to come, Because when you're, and then not just physical attraction, not just how they really look, if they look good or not, but also how they make you feel, and so like that. So, are you physical attractive to the person to this point? Yes, these people got married at first sight, but usually when you marry the person, you look at them in the first glance, you could tell you could be attracted to them right off the back or not. And this is something that you could still build with. And then as more stuff down the line comes up, then you might find little kinks that make you, oh my gosh, I love this person even more. And that's what it is. So when Jacob asked Haley that question, she said, I don't know. I don't know. And so he takes it as a no. And usually 3 weeks in, after you got married to the person, you will usually know if that person you're attracted to, is you physically attracted to that person. So for her to say she don't know she's physically attracted to Jacob, it's alarming, and that's like a red flag to me, because it's like, what changed? It's either you do or not. Yes, I granted y'all just got married, y'all 3 weeks in and stuff like that, but the physical attraction you will know right off the bat. And yes, you got to build it up and build trust and get to know each other. But he asked you a simple question. So if you're not that means you won't have sex with him. You won't do this. I mean, I did have sex one time, and she changed from that. So obviously, most of us thinking that she didn't like the sex and that she just started withdrawing from him. But she never said it. So we don't know exactly what her issue. But I just don't know. For her to be so guarded and so wishy-washy with that question, it's ridiculous. So he start coming up with more scenarios and stuff like that, because example, when she does this, example that she hanged out with Paige and he wanted her to come home and talk and everything, and she didn't know that. And I do have to give her credit. You do have to speak up. If you want her to come home and say something, don't give her like a little freaking cryptic joke text like I had to understand and look at that and say, oh, he want me to come home. No, tell me you want me to come home and I will come home. You right, not that far. Y'all all live in the same complex, around the same area, so she could easily get home. So speak up. And that was that. Now Paige met up with the pastor, and he mentioned something when he talked to Paige, that a double-minded person or a double-minded man makes an unstable person, because they don't make up their mind. They have this one aspect and then they have another aspect, and you running two little things parallel to each other. That person will be very unstable. Just like this example with him and Paige. He decided to get married to Paige, decided to do this process and everything, while at the same time still mess with his ex-fiance, and now she's pregnant. And now he trying to balance playing both games, with trying to balance the marriage or playing with her emotions and say, oh, I'm going to get divorced, I'm going to work out with her. But that also saying that, oh, he wants to be with her, he's scared to fall in love with her, or something like that, and I'm falling in love with you. It's all that stuff, playing that mind games. But at the same time, once the foot out the door, but going back dancing this little circle and trying to reel her in so she won't leave him. At the same time, he want to leave her, and play this mind game. So the double-minded man who can't make the decision and is always going around different places, and his mind and his set and how he acts, is an unstable person, and you cannot be with that person because you can't know how you go to be and how they gonna act and how can you handle things when he's so unstable. So he told her sound advice. It's the point that you, if you're gonna stay or you're gonna leave, or what is it? Because it's not much she could do if you're gonna keep playing with you, and you got your time, and you don't want your time to be wasted. So think about it. Okay, so another thing, Eric and Virginia mentioned something because Virginia said now she's dating the groove of things and they home and they doing work and stuff like that. Now they got to get the gross reality of living the normal lives. So you know that Eric is a pilot, so he gone most of the weeks. I think 3 or 4 days of the week he's gone, and then he come home. So at that time when he was away and working, she was cleaning up the house, making food, and all that sort of that. And she mentioned how the communication wasn't that consistent. It was text every now and here and there, but she wanted to text more frequently. Now, mind you, last week we found she was on a wedding trip, and her Eric was texting like every hour or every other hour or every 2 hours, texting each other. Now he's a pilot and he's not texting as much. That you feel like there was too much last week, and now you feel like it should be more. So do you like that freaking every text, every hour, every 2 hours kind of text from him while he's away? Because of the roles reverse, you was annoyed by that, but now he's away, you want them more. So I was like, that's kind of, what do you want, Virginia, in the term of communication? He's in a pilot. He flying all the time. He can't be on his phone a lot. The only time I can see he would ever either text you or respond back to you if he's landed. But at the fly in the air, he got to be focused on that, what he's doing. Because he got people's lives on the line. He don't want to crash the plane while texting you. So I guess she's kind of feeling worried about the communication. Because she's home, he's in the out, he don't respond that much and he don't text as much. But I could have sworn it was too much to text him before. But now, that's something I was talking about. It's like, yes, you dealing with someone who's always on the road. Yes, you want to have communication and text and everything, and you know what kind of job they're doing. So you got to prepare yourself for this type of thing. You might not even hear from them for a while. But as long as you at least get something every day, at least every twice a day, a couple of times a day, or something like that. But the every hour, every 2 hours, that's too much to me. So they start talking about the deep topics questions about when do you know you want to fall in love with someone? What the person could do to make you fall in love with them? Have you ever been in love, and what qualities that you was looking for in a person to be in love with them? So it was a lot of love questions, get them love language, get some things to be excited, to get to know each other, to understand each other, to understand each other and one another. That's what it is. So you see, Ryan said he don't trust us easily, and Clara said she does trust, or she fall in love a lot, and she also fall in love with a lot of wrong people, and she also fall in love quickly with the right people. And she said what she do like is people who attentive. Like I say things that make me feel good, or just want you to know that if I have a bad day, trying to cheer me up. Like that, I want you to feel like you could do it because you want to do it, not because you had to force to do it. Like, oh my gosh, she got another bad day, so I gotta go to the store and get flowers. I gotta do this. I gotta cook for her. It's like, no, it's like you gotta want to do that. And she said something that they might mention. It's just like any relationship. You want the person you talking to understand or hear what you want, and so they can replicate it. Like I would love sometimes somebody could be romantic and to reenact scenes or reenact things to make dinners and stuff like that and have a enjoyable moment. I would love to have someone who does that. It's be romantic and just do things. You don't have to spend money. Like you could decorate the house, do this, bubble bath, do this, cut fruits up. So it's like I like little things like that. That's very special. So to have someone who could be able to do that, that's speaking that they understand and they listen. So when Clara mentioned she like donuts, and that's like a like favorite like meal or like a pastry, so like that. So Ryan took her to a donut shop and they had like a donut dinner, and that was nice because he listened. And she liked craft as well, and he's not really into that much craft. He's just so he's that rigid person, so he's always serious, and then she's always the fun type. So I don't know how they balance them out. It's like they gotta have that happy medium, and also be feeling that it's going on his time. Like when you're in a partnership with someone, it has to be a balance between the two people. It can't always go about one individual because then you always follow that one individual lead. It's basically in this relationship with Ryan Clara, it's following on Ryan's lead. He taking it slow. He don't want to have sex like quickly. He don't want to say I love you to or being he haven't been never been in love. So he holding that love thing to a high standard that he need to find some this gotta be done this way, this gotta be done this way. He critique it. You never been in love, but you critique it so hard to the fact that you holding that as a control mechanism. I do feel like he's using that as a control factor to lay in line other ladies that he's dealing with so they could follow his speed because they probably really wanted him. So he's using that as a control. It's like they want me, so let me go my own pace and see who can last. Basically, survivor, who can last. And Clara, on the other hand, she's getting a little frustrated with it because it's like it's always we gotta follow his lead. We gotta do this way, all that stuff. And I don't know. And he's too serious, and I can't. You can't be with someone who's too serious all the time. So we'll see how that goes. But when they had that little dinner, donut dinner, something she did that kind of run me off the wrong way. Granted, Ryan was talking. It was very long-winded. Don't get me wrong. It was very long-winded. But the same thing you want him to do to be attentive and listen to what you saying is the same thing he respect in return. So when he went on that tirade and rant about motivational and what motivate him to live life and do things, and he was talking for a long time, so I could grant and imagine how long she was sitting there, and we was like, oh wow, he was talking a long time. So imagine when she filmed it with him at that time, listen to all what he's saying. But at the same time, that'll make him what he wants. You want him to open up and talk, right? So as long as you have your donuts, you was eating your donuts, just listen to what he's saying. But the fact that you dismissed it said, oh, I feel like I was in a motivational seminar. I just want to sit down and listen, enjoy my donuts. I was like, oh, it just make him feel type of way about it. Like granted, yes, he was talking a long time, and maybe something that she wasn't really interested in talking and doing motivation. Because she said no, she had no motivation. It's just like what you asking me to be motivational to be towards is a motivation to go to work. I said I gotta work because I need to pay my bills. I think most people have to do that. So what motivates you to live life? Like that's an open-ended question. It's like I want to gauge you. What motivates you to continue moving forward? What motivates you to do this? What motivates you to be looking forward to be married at first sight? So that's things I would like to know. So I was like, okay. The fact that she kind of like dismissed him when he went through all that, I was kind of like wrong, even though it might be not interesting topic, but at the same time, something might be interesting in you, it might be interesting in your spouse. So you gotta have that medium to understand and listen to them, even though you might want to listen because they will appreciate that. Just like you want them to appreciate you when you talk about things they might not be interested in learning, or stuff like that. And engage. That's what Laura is. She was disengaging when he was talking, and that was kind of like messed up. Long-winded, but it was messed up. Okay, so they also talk about other love things, so how you can find love. Brianna says she like to look at the flaws of people and pick them out, but when she could overlook the flaws and accept everything, flaws and all, then she will be in love. She will love that person and be in love with that person. It seemed like Brianna and Vincent's like the same wavelength in that aspect. And Virginia mentioned talking about how he said he had dated other females and everything, but none of them compared to his ex to the point because that's the type of love he had. And he had a good reputation of love because his parents been married for a long time. Virginia, on the other hand, she haven't really had known or seen a successful relationships in marriage. So her parents divorced, and the only person she got close to seeing a real love is her sister with her partner. So it's like that's it. So they in two different lifestyles because he know what it is to be in love and what it looks like because he had good examples in his life and she didn't. So now they had to find that balance with each other, and that was that. And it made Virginia feel type of way when he said he was comparing a lot of his females to his ex. It's like, okay, so can I live up to that person? Would I ever be living up to the person? Because that would make me feel type of way too. I said, okay, you gonna compare everyone to her? Like, oh, you comparing me with her now? But he cleared it up after later on in the episode where he was saying is that no, and something is more. It is more, and I feel like it is something. And he said it'd be with you. All right. So also appreciation. Appreciate the other person. It's like when a person do something like that. Cause ever Virginia mentioned that how when he was away, she was cooking, she was cleaning, she was doing a lot of things. And when he came home, he never noticed none of that, and he didn't appreciate that. At the same time, when she was away for that 4 day of the wedding, he was doing all that stuff. And when she came home, she didn't mention none of that stuff too, and he felt type of way about that. He said, "Oh, you didn't appreciate what the thing I did." It's like, come on, you want her to do that, you got to do the same thing. So he apologized and everything, but at the same time, yes, you gotta practice what you preach. If you wanted to be appreciative of what you was doing when she was away, you gotta be appreciative of what she's doing when you are away, and you constantly gonna be away for a lot. So to say thank you, I appreciate you doing this. You doing a great job. You like it. She floating clothes. She was doing all that stuff. That was like okay. So that was that. I still don't think Haley and Jake are gonna make it anyway. I can't. I just can't. I don't know about these two. It just feel forced, and it seems like Haley is not gonna really give in all that she needs to. I mean, she bought the little clothes here and there to wrap up her style, and he liked it a little bit. But I see they working on it. She said she just want to start being the friend thing, or he would mention that, or just want friend level, all that stuff. Cause he wants that deeper connection. He wants the physicality. He wants that touching. Cause he mentioned that how he's more of a personal, interactive person instead of buying like gifts and external stuff. And it's like he's not the type of person who will buy flowers or go out on a dinner date. He would like to do the personal stuff, like in the thing. Like I was saying, mentioned earlier. It's like yes, I do like the external stuff like that, flowers, and little gifts, and little notes, and like that. But being with the person near each other, we can sit down, cuddle. We can tell me how you love in my ear. Watch movies together. That's what things I will cherish the most. Okay. So Chris and Paige talk, and I'm so done. I'm so done with Paige because at the same time, it's like at this point, yes, we know Chris is a douchebag. We know he's a douchebag, and there's no going around that. But the fact that he sat there, he said all the stuff that is basically nothing that has changed. And he came with his spill. He was like, oh, I had no new revelation. So she was like, I'm done. I can't waste my time. I'm not wasting your time and all that stuff. Talked to the producer. She came back, sat there. He said, I still can't get over the fact that I don't raise my kid. I want to raising my kid, and I still think that it's a right decision to raise the child with her, even though I decided to be married with you, and all that stuff, and married with you, and then I ain't giving you enough chance to even do that. I robbed you the chance, and I'm afraid that I'm afraid someone will raise my kid. I'm afraid that I made the wrong decision, even though it's the right decision. I'm afraid that I may like you, Paige, and I may enjoy this marriage, and so I'm afraid of all this, I'm afraid of all that. And I would say, shut up. I was sitting here holding my eyes and said, shut up. And she's sitting there. And mind you, she said God let her be there with him. I said, God ain't let you there. You could have just not even showed up with him. So, long story short with those two, she decided to start over. They said, let's make a blank slate. Let's start all over. I said, oh, God, Paige. So, at this point, I can't say it's too much of him. We know we know he's no good. But you, Paige, it's on you. You could have had a chance to walk away after all the stuff he had done to you. And even that bull crap that he mentioned at the end. and you still to say, you know what, I want to give this a chance, girl. And stuff ain't change. Stuff ain't changed. I don't know. It's something wrong with her. She need to sit down with a counselor and see what's going on, because she is just glutton for punishment with this guy. But that's all I know. Now, Brianna and Vincent. It's like, this is one of my good couples, but Vincent is getting on my nerves. His freaking moodiness and sensitivity is getting annoying to watch. So, he did things. He bought Brianna a bike, and she was very happy with that. He listened to what she was saying, all that stuff like that. Giving a little forward Spanish, all that stuff. She liked that. So she was saying, I know you mentioned that you wanted to do more dancing, and dancing is going to be part of the night. I said, okay, let's go to dance class. So she decided to do a salsa class. Now, he's Dominican, and salsa is not one of the dances he's really comfortable in. So so what? You could make mistakes, you could stumble and fumble. It's just all fun as long as you with your wife and you see she's having a good time. You enjoy it. You can mess up. Nobody expect you to be a perfect and do a freaking salsa dancer and freaking professionalist and be a professional dancer. Like, come on, I'm not asking you to do all that. Just have fun. So he's messing up left and right, messing up, cursing on the storm, getting agitated, getting attitude. He says, "Hi, this I don't want to do this. I'm in this classroom. I ain't want to learn them. It's all stuff." So she's sitting there trying to ask him because she knows that his energy changed. She's feeling it. But the fact that he was trying to get answers, but not direct answers, but not the answers that he wanted to say. He said, "Oh, I'm good. Oh, I like this. This is okay." But no, he hates the thing. He's not good, and he's not comfortable. And then he finally said, "Oh no, I don't like this. I don't like this classroom-ish." I was like, she was sitting there, was like, I was like, I can't. I can't. It's just like he said, he not comfortable. It make him uncomfortable. He's messing up and stuff. I said, so what? Have fun. That's the point of it. It wasn't that like she was asking you to be a professional salsa dancer and you got to get it right before she walked out the door. No. And you all in your feelings and being moody. It's like, oh my gosh, that will be annoying. That is annoying. Vincent, if you don't change that, you gonna lose Brianna. And she's a good girl. She got some stuff to change too, but she's trying. And you, whatever, y'all. Tell me how y'all feel about this couples. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how you feel about this episode, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, peace.